So hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Hasn't been that long from the previous video, but got some time and another collection update. So we're catching up on things really fast. This one is going to be the last one till August and probably the end of August. Since I released 3 videos in 1 month, usually my schedule was 1 video per 1 month, but you know, got a lot of stuff, tried to catch up, and this is finally the last fucking video with the last batch of stuff that I got in the mail. And yeah, we're almost caught up, so next time I'm gonna see you already in August. But yeah, without further ado, today is the day off, so we can finally have a proper beer, proper Estonian beer. This is Pikla from Saaremaa. Saaremaa, as you might know or might not know, is one of the biggest island of Estonia. It's basically the map of the island. This is pale ale. On the island they have, I think, 2 craft breweries, and they're quite really good ones. 4.1 alcohol. Let's see the description. Easygoing, juicy and refreshing, like vacation on Saaremaa at any season. Slightly bitter pale ale loaded with citra hops. They have proper craft breweries on the island. The island is also famous for Meteor Lake. Yeah, so we're gonna drink this one, and we're gonna talk vinyl, CD and tapes. So we have a whole batch of releases today from various formats. Okay, let's pour it. Finally a day off. Had a big run, a big working run. 5 days of working till midnight until 2 AM in front of the computer. So yeah, without further ado, again, hope you're safe, hope you're well, hope you're receiving your mail post-COVID and shit like that, and stay safe. Yeah, okay, let's get this one going. Let's try this one. Yeah, really good. Really good. Really good. Amazing stuff. Okay, so without further ado, let's get into it, right? So we're gonna start off with vinyl. This one, the band, the name is a bit hard to pronounce. I'm gonna go with Mānbryne. Okay, it might be Mānbryne, but I'm gonna go with Mānbryne. It's easier for me to say. So Mānbryne is a band from Poland, established in 2017. This is a 2021 full-length Hellsveg. I'm not gonna try to read this because I'm gonna completely butcher it. The band is from Poland. So this is a 42 minutes long album released by Terratur Possessions. And a lot of people praise this album. I think it came out in the beginning of this year. Yeah, and a lot of people gave it really high ratings and praised it. It's a really solid black metal album. So let's take a look at the labels here. I'm not gonna pull it out, just regular black labels. And let's talk about the music. So the first thing that you will hear on this album is the vocals. The first thing that's gonna hit your brain is the vocals. The vocals, let's take a closer look at the cover. Beautiful art. The vocals completely remind me of Mgła. It's just like the same guys doing the vocals, but it's not. So yeah, that's the first thing you're going to notice. The interesting thing is that of course, Polish scene is a very great scene. It's very popular around the world. It's high quality black metal, comes on a gatefold. But the music is of course completely different than Mgła. This one is full of blast beats and what I would call a typical Polish bass tone, if that makes sense. It comes with this book. As you can see, chest. So yeah, and another thing is that what makes it a bit different from other Polish black metal bands is the fact that there is a variety of riffs here. What I mean is there's a lot of melody in the riffs. Basically, if we compare it again to Mgła, which I don't like to do, but we will compare it to Mgła. You know, like between the lyrics, Mgła has this hypnotizing riffs that are repeating and repeating and repeating. Here it's not repeating riffs, it's like melodic riffs, and they don't necessarily repeat themselves after each portion of lyrics. So when the first chorus can end, right, there's like a riff with them, which is very melodic riff. Then they do the second, for example, chorus, and that riff after the second chorus will be completely different riff to the first one. So yeah, I think it doesn't come with... Oh no, it does come with something else. It's a huge poster again. Terratur Possessions always does really good posters, in my opinion. Why? Because first of all, they are always double-sided. You can take a look here. Yeah. And the most interesting thing for me in posters is that, for example, this one doesn't repeat the cover of the album, and it does not... it's double-sided and it's different pictures. So yeah, music is completely amazing. I would highly recommend this album for everyone to check out. I think a lot of people already did to check it out because it's like I said, one of the top releases from this year. So yeah, those are the differences in this band between other Polish bands. And also interesting to say that two members in this project are involved in Blaze of Perdition. Overall, it's like a beast of an album. It's a beast of an album for this band, and the whole concept of the album, as I understood it, there's for example a song that translates in pursuit of faith. It's about like spiritualism and faith and all these spiritual dilemmas, and what is lies and what is not lies in spiritual dilemmas. So yeah, very interesting black metal album. Overall, I would give it like I don't know, 8.5 out of 10. Interesting stuff, ready to see more, what this band can produce more. So yeah, this is Mānbryne, Helsveik. One more fact I forgot to mention. I actually took a deeper look into the name of Mānbryne, and in one interview I found out that, by the lead guy, I found out that he says this is an Old English word. So again, I'm not sure about the pronunciation, but what it supposedly means is destructive fire, or consumed by destructive fire. So yeah, check this band out, Mānbryne, Helsveik on Terratur Possessions. Whoa. Okay, that was a good start. So let's continue. Cheers. I think I like pale ale. The second to the IPA. The more the double IPA. Yeah. Really good stuff from Saruman. Okay, so we are moving forth, and we have this one that I don't need to talk about a lot. Everybody knows this one, but let's go. So this is Mayhem. Of course, you all know Mayhem, the legendary band, arguably the one of the top three like grandfathers of black metal: Mayhem, Burzum, and Darkthrone, Unholy Trinity. Yeah. So established in 1984 in Norway, church burnings, murders, suicide, a very beautiful legacy left on the black metal, a legacy that yet to be beaten by anybody. So of course Mayhem sound evolved during the years. A lot of people dig the new sound, the sound after Dom Satanas. A lot of people did not. What I think about current Mayhem is that, for example, the latest album, Diamond, is definitely a return to more traditional form. Basically a return back to the roots. So this is, of course, peaceful release. Mayhem Hen House Recordings. Yeah, let's... This is why you should... this is why I got it. Original lineup, dead on the vocals. Yeah, big fan of that. I try to buy everything with that. Now let's talk about the release in general and Peaceville's attitude towards releasing this kind of material. So yeah, first of all, you might remember these scenes. The scenes are from, of course, the infamous rehearsal. The rehearsal is online. You can find it on YouTube, on various places. The best thing about the inner sleeve for the record itself is this part. I watched the documentary. This is in the hen house itself, and Necro Butcher said that he and Death made this Sodom and the cross carvings on the wall in the hen house where they rehearse. So this is the best part of what Peaceville can put on the insert and sleeve. The record itself is standard black. This side, let's take a look at the other side. The same side labels. Yeah, so there's untitled unreleased song. I think some portions were later used by Emperor in their songs. So yeah, side A and side B, almost identical sides. First of all, there's no information if this is one rehearsal or it's two separate runs of two rehearsals. Like, zero information, which is sad. They could have included a book to make things more interesting. No, there's no book. There's no even maybe an insert to this insert with some pictures. Instead, they just, you know, put this kind of pictures, which is kind of ridiculous. Actually, here's Dead. This is the only one that... The bottom portion is the only one that varies, at least in some way. So, overall, the sound is completely rough. It's not even necro sound, it's just a rough sound. The songs like Freezing Moon, the songs that are a bit that start a bit slower, you can basically like make out things. For example, on Carnage, it's like you can't almost hear anything. It's like fuzzy noise. I've listened to this like 5 times, 2 times out of 5 I actually had a headache when listening to this. It's very rough. There was zero effort put by Peaceville to maybe remaster it a bit, maybe, you know, clean it up a bit, polish a bit. It basically, you can feel from the first notes that they didn't give a shit. They just put it out because they knew people would buy it. The interesting part here, of course, you're getting this for atmosphere, you're getting this for story. If you're a die-hard Mayhem fan, you're getting it, it's because of this. If you're a Dead fan like me, you're getting it because you're a Dead fan. Others should avoid this, or they should buy it on CD, if CD is cheap, or if vinyl is cheap as well. I actually bought the vinyl on discount. It was 22 euros, but on the discount it was 14 and the CD was 10, so it was no point for me in buying the CD. I bought this one. The most interesting parts about this release, however, there are some good positive things, is the space between the tracks. You can hear the guys make jokes, they've kid around, you can hear Dead's Legendary when it's cold and when it's dark. There's some chit chat going on, so that atmosphere is the best parts of this release. Otherwise, it's a very rough, unpolished Peaceville cash grab release for die-hard collectors without zero effort of polishing anything up. But still, it's history, that's why I have it. So this is Mayhem Hen House Recordings by Peaceville Records. I want to say one more thing about Peaceville Records. This is not only considering Mayhem. For example, I got the Fluerty re-release on CD and Kvist re-released on CD. Both legendary albums. Let's not call them bands legendary, but their first albums are legendary in black metal scene. One is melodic, another one is avant-garde-ish. The CDs suck as well. I mean, the quality of the sound is good, but god damn it, the book, there's no booklet at all. Like, Kvist has a paper, it's just a paper, double-sided paper. And Fluerty also has like a double-sided paper, it's complete shit. So yeah, Peaceville needs to pick up their game. I mean, it's good that they're releasing stuff, but the way they do it is like a bit pathetic. So yeah, Mayhem, Handhouse Recordings. Original lineup there. So let's move forward. We have one more vinyl to show, and this is a split. It's a split between two raw black metal bands. So Ceremonial Crypt Desecration and Wampyric Rites. This one is released on Asrar and is the 2020 split. I've talked a lot about Wampyric Rites on my channel. It's one of my favorite bands. The band is from Ecuador, established in 2019, and the discography is absolutely huge. I think it's more than 15 definitely releases. Unfortunately, one of the band members from Wampyric Rites passed away this year, Vrolok. So I'm not sure about the future of the band. I hope they continue in some form or another. It's interesting to note that in its core, I would say that Wampyric Rites is one of those bands that does the symphonic raw black metal. This is how I would call their style: symphonic raw black metal. And they do it like perfectly. There's on every release there is a strong presence of keyboards and in raw black metal, and it doesn't you know, mess up your ear or anything like that. It's done in a very perfect way. Interestingly enough, on this release they kind of turn things around. Basically, they start off the Wampyric Rites side. It starts off with the intro, heavy keys intro, then it blasts off into screaming vocals. It's not even screaming, which is the screeching vampire-like vocals. There's less keyboards. It's only in the beginning. Then you have just like pure raw black metal. Drums and guitars create this pounding atmosphere, and then they finish off the second track with the ambient atmosphere and keyboards there. So in the tracks themselves, in the core tracks, there's no keyboards and there's no synths. Very solid stuff from them. Then we're moving on to Ceremonial Crypt Desecration. So Ceremonial Crypt Desecration is actually a project from Australia. Very, you know, simple labels. Yep, side A, side B, nothing to show, doesn't come with anything. Minimalistic release by Asrar. So yeah, Ceremonial Crypt Desecration is a band from Australia, one-man project. The guy behind the band goes by the name of Kritzgralder. Yeah, very hard name. But you may know him because he's involved in Black Imperial Blood, which is also a very good band from Australia. That also established in 2019. Already 9 releases by this band under their belt. This one is also very interesting. It's sharp riffs. Vocals are almost exactly the same as the Wampyric Rites vocals. This one creates a bit of agonizing atmosphere. A lot of blast beats. Yeah, it's like the whole release is fueled by hate. The interesting thing about this release overall is that there's not much to say because the bands complement themselves very well. It's like a perfect combination. Like the last split I remember, I think it was Lamp of Murmur and Revenant Marquis, where the combo was really tight. It's basically the same here. It's a perfect split. So yeah, check it out. Ceremonial Crypt Desecration and Wampyric Rites split released by Asrar. Alrighty, so let's move into the CDs, right? Yeah, let's do CDs. Okay, one more time. Let's take a look at this one. Let's have a drink and let's continue. Nice. I hope you're digging this kind of videos, because this one probably is gonna be a bit longer than the usual 30 minutes. But still, I hope you enjoyed the content over the last month. Yeah, so let's continue. Okay, we have this. We're moving on to CDs. Of course, another band that doesn't already need any introduction in the scene. This is Lamp of Murmur from USA, established in 2018. A bunch of releases already behind the belt as well. This is Remnants of the Bewildered Ache. This is a compilation. So let's first talk about the project itself. I talked so many times already about this project because I have every release by this project. What I'm gonna say is that you can watch, of course, the previous videos, but I'm gonna give you what I consider to be a perfect description for Lamp of Murmur. A bit of information while we talk. So this is a project that successfully transitions from raw black metal to somewhat of a second wave of black metal to dungeon synth, and the project that successfully incorporates ambient as well in some parts. So yeah, overall it's a very interesting project, has a unique feel to it, and it's a project that sort of is in the league of its own, I would say. I would call it like that. So yeah, there's the same seagull as here, I'm not gonna pull it out. So yeah, the interesting thing also about this one is that it applies to all fans of black metal. If you like raw black metal, if you like not classic, but maybe second wave black metal with the elements of ambient black metal with the dungeon synth in it, this is a project for you, Lamp of Murmur. So what does this actually hold inside? So first of all, this is released by DeathKvlt Productions and the Black Gangrene. I think firstly it was limited to, I don't know, I think somewhere between 200 and 500 copies on CDs, sold out. I've seen one go on Discogs for £42, which is insane. I think there's a re-release coming up. By the way, there's a release coming up of the latest Lamp of Murmur album on DeathKvlt Productions, so stay tuned for that. So this one includes, this is your, if you can't buy the tapes or the vinyl, this is your best chance to own almost all the material of Lamp of Murmur on CD. So this one includes Melancholy House and Ceremonial Penance, which is I think the first album. It includes the second album, the third album, and it includes the third or the fourth album, which was the full-on dungeon synth album. Yeah, this one is a full-on dungeon synth album. Curse the ambulations of nocturnal entities. Yeah, so basically, yeah, here's the information. So it includes 4 full-length releases by the band. Doesn't include the latest one, of course, which I said you can check out on DeathKvlt Productions. It should be re-released soon on vinyl and going up on their website. Overall, a very solid band, very solid stuff. I'm not a hoarder, so this one is actually like I said, I have all the releases on vinyl or tape, so this one is going to go to my friend as a present. So yeah, Lamp of Murmur compilation, Remnants of Bewildered Ache. Okay, now we're moving to something even more interesting and raw. We're moving to this one. A band that is really hard to pronounce the name of. It's this one. So try to read it first. Okay, this is the Bethexuhl Anxalthan. Jesus Christ, or Holy Satan. Bam, as you can see, this is what is it? This is going to be. It's going to be some raw traditional black metal. So once again, Bethexuhl Anxalthan. The project is international. They only have this one. This is a 2020 demo tape, and it's called In Darkness We Blaze. Yeah, you can see the better scripture of the name here, but it still is very hard to pronounce. Yeah, so first of all, this is released by the mighty Obscurant Visions from Russia, limited to 130 copies on the CD. The project, like I said, is international, and it comes from Switzerland, Germany, and France. Very old school vampiric-like logo. This is going to be a very sweet and short description of the band and the music. This is true cult black metal. As it's written on the website of the label, Obscurant Vision, there's a small description of the band. So, first of all, this is like 90s approach to the music. It's 36 minutes of raw 90s black metal, but as it says on the label site, it basically gives a description for fans of Mutilation, Vlad Tepes, and French Black Legions. This is all that I'm going to say about this project, and this is all you need to know. If you dig those bands, this is something you should look out for. I've listened to it, and I can 100% say this is absolutely true description, especially about the whole Black Legion scene. This is what it is. It's that kind of, I don't want to use the word worship, because this kind of retarded word. Like some people use sketchy bands. I'd rather use controversial. But anyway, yeah, this is not like worship, but this is the best feeling of that music that you will get in the present day. This band, Bethexuhl Anxalthan, In Darkness We Blaze demo. So yeah, check it out if you're a fan of Black Legion. Okay, so let's move forward. What do we have? Here we have this one, a digipack now. Okay, let's have another drink. Cheers, guys. So let's talk about this one. This is a very interesting band. The name is Obsidian Satanic Salt, for short, TOS. So Obsidian Satanic Salt are a band that was formed in Russia in 2020. It's a fairly new band, and this is their first full-length album. This is limited to 300 copies on digipack only, released by Temple of Morbid Sound and Cold Breath of Silence Productions. This came out of nowhere last year in December. I want to say December 2nd or December 22nd. I don't remember exactly. But it came out of nowhere, and I don't know, people kind of missed it. A lot of people praise Russian scene, Russian black metal scene, but you know, there's so many bands that a lot of people kind of missed the releases. This is one of those that went under the radar, and it's like absolutely amazing release. So this is black metal, but it has a bit of this bestial war black metal touch to it. Some might call it that they have a bit of death metal into him, but no, I still think this is just black metal mixed with those aggressive war black metal or bestial black metal touch to it. Yeah, I forgot to mention the name of the album. So here you can see TOS. The album's name is Черный поток семени ада. Of course, the band is from Russia, they sing in Russian. So Черный поток семени ада roughly translates into the black flow of seed of hell. The album itself is very spiritualistic. The lyrics are very spiritualistic. There's one song that talks about the summoning of Samael, and the whole album feels like it has a concept to it. The music is very brutal, very pounding, like it's very aggressive and non-stop. It basically one of those bands that I can say grab you by the balls and never releases you. You just want to hear more and more from this. So I think there is a concept to this album. After I read the lyrics, and especially to that song of the one that's Samuel summoning the Samuel. I think the main concept here is the theme of it's like basically hymns of death, hymns to the end of the world, and they're basically summoning the devil and his what are they? I want to say archangels, but I don't remember the term. Anyway, the angels who are fighting with Lucifer. So they are summoning these angels, and it's like the end times, and they're bringing this new satanic age to start. Music itself is bitter, cold, pounding like a misanthropic atmosphere. Very aggressive and catchy. It's a perfect mix of this black and a little bit of war black metal. The art is amazing as well. If I can urge you to check out one album from this whole batch, actually I would urge you to check every album, because I'm going to talk about something cult also next that's underrated. But if I can, yeah, if you can check this out, you can hear it for yourself. Very interesting Baphomet here, very orthodox clothing. And this is funny, if I'm not mistaken, this image, I haven't read the Bible in a long time, but I think when I read it, there's a depiction, there's basically a scene where Jesus in the Bible tries to flee. Was it Nazareth or Jerusalem? He tries to flee because he knows that there are soldiers looking out for him to kill him, and he actually, with his apostles, they steal a donkey. So they break the 10 commandments. They steal a donkey and they exit Jerusalem on a donkey. So maybe this refers to that scene in the Bible. Yeah. Before you ask why I have read the Bible, because I wanted to actually understand if it's there is a saying, you read the Bible, you become the atheist. So I kind of read it and became an atheist in a young age, and then I reread it again just to understand it even more. So yeah, this is Obsidian Satanic Blood, Черный поток семени ада, from Russia. Check this band out, it's absolutely amazing. So now we're going to talk about something cult from Russia. Maybe some of you know this band. Those who don't know, this is Old Wainds. This is a band that is established in 1995 in Russia. It's one of the most long-running bands in black metal in Russia, and it's a cult band. If you have like one band for the region, that would be one like of the cult bands, the bands that give all to promote black metal and release quality black metal, and they're behind their ideology and stuff like that. This would be Old Wainds. Absolutely amazing band. Underrated, rather. The case is a bit fucked, but I'm gonna replace it. As you can see the logo. This is the CD. So yeah, first of all, of course, this band is, like I said, from Russia, but it's from Murmansk. So people who are good at geography might know that Murmansk is on top of Russia. It's 100 kilometers away from Norway, and it was used in Soviet times as a base for Arctic submarines, I think. They basically tried to break the ice there. You know, they did the trainings. The end, there's no fucking life. Yeah. So, as the band is from that kind of region, you can understand what this is going to be about. This is going to be about coldness. So the album is called Обжигающий холодный, or in English, Scalding Coldness. Let's take a look. There's some beautiful art here. So as the band comes from a cold place, what it feels like, the whole album is like frost-like riffs, snowy forest-like atmosphere. What else can I say? It's like blizzard-like black metal. You know, it's not slow, it's quite fast. It's furious. Maybe I'm gonna use this analogy as like furious as the snowstorm. There are some chanting vocals, clean chanting vocals in between to mix things up. In some parts it feels melancholic, but like I said, it comes from a cold place, so it makes sense. Of course, it has this nature-like hypnotizing atmosphere. It's a shame that the band has not released anything more from 2014, I think, but they have another 3 albums, I think, before this one, like 2 before this one, 1 after this one. But this is definitely an opus album for them. If I can describe it in one word, this would be basically a Hymns to the North album. And the band, like I said, is absolute cult band. So this is Old Wainds. Scalding Coldness, Обжигающий холодный. Do check this out if you're looking for something cult, something like a masterpiece, forgotten classic, or something that went under the radar as a masterpiece. So this is definitely for you to check out and to discover. Alrighty, so cheers, and let's move on to the tapes. Yeah, got some more tapes also from Russia. But yeah, some good bands that are kind of new and promising bands. But yeah, let's check them out. Really good fucking pale ale. Really enjoyed this one. So, we're gonna start off. I'm gonna make it a bit faster here. We're gonna start off with this one. This is Гнёт from Russia, established in 2020 and already has 10 releases under his belt. Gnёt is actually one of those bands that people might know because his releases are usually sold out really fast on his Bandcamp. This is released by ColdSword Productions. So this one is called Mortem Autem Spiritus. Mortem Autem Spiritus. The limitation is like 50 copies, I think, maybe 35. It's usually from 35 to 50. I didn't bother to look into it. Beautiful art here and beautiful nihilistic art here. So this is considered to be a full-length release, 2021 release. First of all, it a bit surprises me why it's considered to be full-length release, because focus for someone. Yeah, here we go. Because the tape is 14 minutes long. It's like 4 songs, but it's 4 songs of pure atmospheric raw black metal. This one basically is a recommendation for fans of Lamp, of Murmur, and Maleficent. Raw vocals, melodic riffs. It's basically dreadful but fast. It's hard hitting in all the right places. Again, the only thing that you would wish for is that this would be not 14 minutes long, but maybe, I don't know, 30 minutes long. It just leaves you craving for more. And yeah, Гнёт, like I said, I think Гнёт translates into English as oppression. So Гнёт is a pretty good band from Russia. It's, like I said, most of the stuff is usually sold out very fast. If you can get a hold of his stuff, check it out, and yeah, support this project. There's definitely some gold in this guy coming up in his next releases. So yeah, Гнёт, Mortem Autem Spiritus, ColdSword Productions. Alright, so another one very interesting project from Russia. This one also usually is sold out, but I think you can still get this release on ColdSword's website. Yeah, either 35 copies or 50. This is Lord Скорбь, Русская петля бесконечности. I'm gonna get into the title a little bit later. So, established in 2015 in Russia. This is a 2020 EP. As you can see, this is about medieval Russia. So this is in its core, again, this is 20 minutes long, raw, uncompromising black metals. Interesting also here is that they spice things up or just do a little bit of variety on play with Orthodox church chanting. The music is brutal. This one definitely has a notch of war black metal added into it. Comes on an orange cassette. Art is very beautiful, very orthodox like art. So now let's get into the most interesting part that I think about this release. So русская петля бесконечности is the name. What does it translate to? It translates to Russian Noose of Eternity. So the whole album, even here you can read. So it basically says the guy here was the Tsar was annoyed by this guy because he didn't follow the order, so they executed him immediately. So the whole concept of this album is they are comparing like medieval times. Basically, they show the medieval times in Russia, in Orthodox Russia, where there was Tsar or Knyaz, and if you did something wrong, immediately you would be executed. There's no like care for human life, and basically what I feel is this like a bit of emotional and personal elements that the band incorporated. So they use the medieval times to just think about the modern times in Russia, you know, where there's oppression going on, and there's obviously a Tsar. One person is ruling, yeah, and you know, there's some stupid laws like people go into jail for you know, posting shit on internet. There's a guy going to jail right now in Russia for 2 years for sharing a Rammstein pussy video because they said, oh, you shared pornography. A couple of people went to jail because you know, they posted something about the church, and there's a law about you can't hurt the feelings of Orthodox people, or yeah, you can't hurt the feelings of Orthodox people. So it's like complete bullshit is going on there. So yeah, this is like an interesting play that compares those times and our times, and nothing changed. Yeah. I hope something changed. And of course, you know about like Cannibal Corpse getting banned in Russia, Behemoth, a lot of bands. It's bullshit. But yeah, still some bands are managed to play. They have this fucking... I don't think they understand in Russia themselves what they want. Like, you know, they banned some bands, yet, for example, I went to concert in 2019 from Estonia to Russia to see Mgla. And there was no issues there. But for some bands there are issues. So yeah, Lord Скорбь, русская петля бесконечности on ColdSword Productions. Amazing black metal, check it out. And we're gonna finish off with a strong release. There's not much to say about this actually, as it's very, very strong. So this is Hexen Blood, Unholy Blessings. Again, released by ColdSword Productions. The limitation is again either 35 or 50 copies. Not sure. Old school, of course, with flames, of course, in the forest. Established in 2020, this is the first release by this Russian band. This is a full length, 35 minutes, and the only thing I can describe this album as is it's got this filthy, nasty 90s black metal sound. It's basically got this old school black metal guitar tone. It's definitely influenced by second wave of black metal. It ranges the tempo from mid to fast, and there's like one song that is kind of slow, kind of depressive, and kind of atmospheric. The themes on the album are all, of course, Satanic, so it's a solid classical look at the black metal, I don't know, scene of the 90s. It's just solid album. There's not a single thing bad I can say about it, and it has this beautiful art of, I'm guessing, the death holding a baby. So yeah, this is Hexen Blood, Unholy Blessings. Definitely check this one out if you're into the 90s scene and just into, let's call it like straight pure black metal with a lot of riffs, you know, the classic stuff. So yeah, Hexen Blood, Unholy Blessings. And we are done. That's it. Okay, so like I said, the next time I'm gonna see you in August, closer to the end of the August. Yeah, I did 3 videos in 1 month. I caught up on the stuff, so I wish you good times. If you follow me on Instagram, there will be updates and pictures of the albums. If you share this video, it would be cool. Get more people to sub to the channel and stuff like that. Yeah. So basically, for the next 1 month, you can follow me directly on Instagram. I'm gonna post videos there, not videos, updates, pictures of the albums that I showed and stuff like that. Basically a little bit of vacation, and I caught up on all the stuff, so now I'm gonna wait for the next orders to come in. So guys, cheers and have a good summer, have a good rest. Hope you're all safe and sound, and like I usually say, stay black metal, guys. See you next time.